Howdy. Today I'll be explaining the way that I give dewormer to horses and the reasons why I do it. So, you've probably seen that a lot of people, when they give dewormer, the horse is resisting the whole process, um, and people don't approach it in a very good way most of the time when I've seen it. Um, and it bothers me to think that, like, I don't know how people are okay with, like, every season, because you give it every season, um, how they feel okay with, like, something that they do frequently, like every season, that they're okay with it always staying with, like, negative results, and the horse always being a really resistant um, and fearful animal during the deworming, like, process. And so I've had many opportunities to show people how I do it, and I think the way that I give it, I think Clinton Anderson actually teaches that in his videos. I can't remember, so I'm not claiming this as, like, my way of doing it, but it's just a way that I probably saw him do it and it worked. And so, yeah, so the steps that I use, most people, they try to stick the syringe with the dewormer paste up in their horse's mouth before the horse is even comfortable with just, like, anything in their mouth. Like, the horse will probably start being, like, bothered with you touching its lips or putting your fingers in it on its tongue. And so the way I do it is I just take it at a slower pace, so I make sure that the horse is okay with just something, and, like, something being near its mouth. And so first I just use my finger and I stick my finger up by its lips, and as soon as the horse is, like, calm and relaxed with fingers on its lips, then I'll release the pressure, and then I'll do approach and retreat with my finger, like, just sliding in and through the interdental gap, like, that's right next to their corner of their mouth, where they don't have any teeth. You can just slide your finger in and rub their tongue, and once the horse is, like, okay with that and not raising its head really high and everything, then you can get the dewormer and keep the cap on, and you put the dewormer syringe with the cap on, just, like, touching its lips, and if the horse raises its head, you just keep it there, and the horse learns that the syringe isn't gonna hurt it, and that things touching its mouth isn't gonna hurt it. And then after that, after touching the lips and it's okay with that, then you can do the same as I did with my finger, and you just slide the syringe in, keep the cap on, you slide the syringe in, and rub the tongue. And the reason why you don't want to insert the paste in that moment is because sometimes you'll go to do it and the horse will, like, you'll touch the tongue, and the horse will not like the feeling of a syringe on its tongue, and so it'll quickly, like, start to spit out, and, like, kind of and so if you do on that step, if you skip one step, then the horse will a lot of the time not swallow all of the paste that it's meant to for the deworming. And so yeah, so then I keep the cap on, make sure the horse is comfortable with the syringe touching its with the syringe touching its tongue, and then after that I let the horse I take off the cap, and by then I know that when I slide the syringe in, the horse isn't going to have this really big fight, and I can just slide the syringe in and squish all of that paste into its mouth, and there you go. And the cool thing about it is that from then on, the horse didn't have a traumatic experience, and so if you just continue with that process, usually you don't have to do all these steps. With my horses that I've had for a couple of years, I never have to follow these steps. I can immediately just slide something right in its mouth and give it the paste. And it's just sad to see that people literally don't know how to give a horse dewormer. Like, people will kick a horse, people will, bump on their face like crazy hard because they think that they're being, like, disrespectful or something, but really it's just fear. Like, the horse is a little bit anxious and wondering why you're all of a sudden in its mouth, and so yeah, I hope that these steps help, and I'd be curious if anybody has any other tips for giving dewormer, if you found other ways that are helpful. But yeah, have a good one.